Coming up.
Someone and you're pointing a camera at them, it's not a normal conversation anymore. They're going to be like, what? What's going on? Is this an interview? EUCs are still a niche, and they still have that perception from the public, like, of being a weird device that they would never consider buying for themselves. Like, even myself, when I first saw them, they'll give you like fighting looks or whatever. And remember those guys on the beach that would like hurling stuff? Yeah, remember that? Yeah, it's funny, like, you don't want the handlebar. And like I said, it's like a bike. When it looks strange, when you first see it, it looks like it's hard. Or EUC, yeah.
Can you ride fast with it?
Right fast with it.
I want a cable. Now, if you just had a cable light, well, that's fucking simple.
You know, it's just this crazy thing with so much promise. Because I knew about the specs, that's what got me curious. I knew about the long range. Before getting into them, you don't know what you're actually getting. Like, are you getting a toy? Are you buying a toy? Or are you buying a tool, a vehicle? He's asking me how fast the Sherman goes and he can't believe what I'm telling him. This one is like...
It's from what country?
And it's still like that here, guys. There is no one riding these things where I live. Nobody. You never see them. I've seen like... In my whole life, I've seen like 2. You know, it's crazy. Welcome to this episode, guys. So we're going to be talking about the different reactions people have to EUCs. And you get a bit of everything, really. Most people are just kind of curious, but then you get people that are super excited, they're happy to see it, and then you get people that are super angry and they frown big time, or they just look at you in disgust. I've had 2 people actually tell me to get a life because I'm riding an EUC. Does that make any sense? And it sucks. Next time I'm gonna film them. I'll make sure I get this on camera because it's gonna be funny. So hopefully it happens again, but yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? Get a life because you're on an EUC. How does that even make sense? He probably just sees someone on this really cool looking device and thinks, the child inside him says, yeah, that is a cool thing, but because he's old and bitter, he gets angry about it and he says, get a life, because he thinks I'm playing, when really I'm traveling. I'm saving the environment and saving money. So yeah, that's what it is. What's up, guys? So we're just gonna start off with this footage. It's hilarious and it's relevant because it shows how some people don't like cameras, and it also relates to how some people don't like EUCs. And as you know, when we make EUC videos, we need to ride with a camera in hand. But some people don't even like cameras to begin with, and this video demonstrates that in a very funny way. So let's watch this.
Hey, your truck, man.
Doing this?
What?
Do you have permission to do this?
Hell yeah, I got permission because there's fools like you that jump out their truck and leave their
bro.
roads unprotected. Look at your trucks rolling away, stupid. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, this is why I'm out here.
Dumbass! You fucking dumbass!
This is why I'm out here.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?
Who are you?
I'm a security here. What are you guys
Okay,
doing?
well, go secure your property. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Go away.
I'm just asking.
Just hoping this genius look after his truck.
Business.
I want a cable. Now, if you just had a cable light, well, that's fucking simple.
Hey, that's funny because look what they put on the back of this. Superman life. looked down, and it said 42.8, and it was still climbing. Let's catch that wave. Look at this thing go, huh, guys? Freaking awesome. And hang around, there's going to be some cool scenes in this episode. Some more cool conversations. But just stick around for this intro. It's just another minute.
You're worthy what you've been doing, I've seen you in a long time. Holy shit. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Hey guys, we're just in the city, going for a ride. Just on the little parkland area there. Moving to the footpath now. And we transition onto the road in a sec. And it's actually peak hour, or rush hour as some of you call it. And it's funny, it doesn't look like it, but you'll see some empty sections of road, then you'll turn the corner and suddenly there's all these cars. And this is right in the middle of the city. Right there is Rundle Mall, which is going past. And yeah, it's nice being on the EUC. If you're in your car, you're just stuck there. See, I just passed all those cars. They're just going to be stuck at that light while all these people cross. Now I'm already at the next light. And again, sneaking straight through onto the footpath again. No worries. Back on the road. And I just keep going, don't I? Sneaking through again. Haters. Gets tight here, there's some construction. And look at all the cars way back there, stuck again, and now I'm already passing more cars. It was a tram. It wasn't haters. I'm sure they're hating it though, seeing me go by. While they're stuck there for hours. And look at that, I just keep going. On the footpath again. Back to pedestrian mode. And then back on the road. Look at that. Back into car mode. And it's just awesome, isn't it? I mean, you save loads of time. And remember, I told you time is more valuable than money. Because without time, you can't spend money. So we're making money here, guys. We're making time. Time is money. Time is better than money. And we're making plenty of it. Even the tram, you hop in the tram, you're still stuck in traffic. And now I'm going back, going in circles for some reason, but whatever. Oh, here we are at the fruit shop. And stick around, guys. It's going to be a good video. We're going to have some cool conversations. Some conversations I recorded with my 360 camera, actually. Right now, I'm holding my regular camera.
Not bad.
So it's a point and shoot. Wherever you point it is what you film. But with a 360, you actually... It films everywhere. It's not just 360, it's spherical. Up, down, left, right, front, back. So it doesn't matter who's talking, you can always get a video of them. So you can record every conversation you have. Because it's not, if you're trying to have a conversation with someone and you're pointing a camera at them, it's not a normal conversation anymore. They're going to be like, what? What's going on? Is this an interview? So that's what the cool thing about the 360 cameras are, guys. You just hold it in your hand. It's like you're holding a stick. You know, it's not... No one even notices it. And you're recording everything as you're talking. Or as you go along, you know. You could be riding along and you see something of interest. Doesn't matter which way you're pointing, as long as it's in the line of sight, you're going to be able to capture it. And this is cool, guys. Right here, we capture a cool moment. Just going past a kid and the kid's mum. And look how they're looking at this EUC. They're just like... Look at the glee, the glistening eyes. You can tell that kid is just like, wow, that thing is amazing. And who wouldn't be, right? He's got his bike there. Probably just wondering what the hell this thing is. I was going by at a pretty good speed on that dirt as well. So, yeah, people do get quite interested in this thing. And that image right there captures that perfectly, doesn't it? Look at the lady there. It's like, what the hell is that? I was probably going like 30... close, probably around 40 kilometers per hour. Not too fast, but still pretty quick for being on the dirt there, you know. And that's why people just wonder, you know, how is this thing moving like that? And that's the magic of the EUC as well, isn't it?
You know, when you're a little kid and you're just learning to ride a bicycle and you can't, you know, it's like that. 1 day, 2 days, and then you're riding. It's like, that's what this is like. So it's not like a difficult thing, you know. It's just a little bit of patience and then you're going to ride it. How much is that? These are expensive. They're a few $1,000s, but... 2,000. Yeah, but it's the most expensive one. Beautiful day.
But man, aren't they worth it, guys?
Perfect.
These things are awesome. And there's something magical about these things, really. Like, when people look at this thing, when they see it going, on the beach especially, because on the beach you've got loose terrain, and the only things you see going here are like push bikes going 6 miles an hour. You know, just struggling to go on the sand. And this thing just flies along it, just glides, like a magic carpet or something. And to them, it's like a little magic box. I mean, to the people that don't know what an EUC is, they just see this thing and they can't fathom how it's even going that fast and that reliably. You know, I'll just be riding for hours and never fall off. And people just wonder, like, how's this thing even doing that? You know, and that's what I've noticed, like, people are curious because they want to know the magic trick, basically. It's like, to them it's like magic, and they want to know how it works. You know what I mean? But of course to us, we know it's not magic, and we know these things they pretty much are magic though, aren't they? To us, at least. I mean, I kind of contradicted myself there, but we know it's not magic, but it still feels like magic, doesn't it? And yeah, we know how great these things are. And remember that guy?
Yeah.
Why don't you have a cape? I want a cape, man. If you just had a cape, I'm like, well, that's fucking simple.
Hey, it's funny because look what they put on the back of it. Superman life. Yeah.
That was a classic, wasn't it? But you get tons of people like that, but most of them don't ask. Like this guy just like, he was bold enough to just yell out, you know, he was like, hey, hey, you know, he like waved me down basically. I had another guy even chase me down in his car. He was in a 4-wheel drive, and he chased me down to like, I was on the main road cruising along fast, and then I turned off to go into the park. And like, because he realized he wasn't going to be able to chase me into the park, he was like yelling out like, hey, hey. and he just wanted to know what the thing was. You know, he was like, "What the hell is that?" And it's funny because you get lots of people like that, but most people aren't going to like chase you down like that. You know, that's pretty bold to do that. But I don't mind. I'm happy to discuss it and talk about it. And I was too bad I didn't have my camera that time, but yeah, most people have that kind of reaction, but like I said, most people don't ask, or most people, they'll just stare, either with a smile or with a frown. It's funny, you get those two kind of reactions. And the people that do smile, they're just happy to see this thing, aren't they? It's just like watching a circus trick or something to them. But the people that frown, I figure they just either don't like it because they don't understand it, and that's probably the older people that you see frowning, and they frown big time. Like some of them they're hating this thing. You know, it's funny. I don't understand, but they hate it. And then you get guys that are more aggressive about it. You know, they'll give you like fighting looks or whatever. And remember those guys on the beach that would like hurling stuff? Yeah, remember that? Yeah, it's funny. Like basically anyone you encounter that hasn't seen one of these, they react in amazement, whether it's aggression or delight or anything in between. You always get some kind of reactions with these things, and that's kind of, it's cool, but it gets annoying because, you know, every time you go out on your vehicle, you're gonna like stand out like a sore thumb, basically. You know, you're gonna stand out like an alien driving his UFO to the supermarket. You know, you can't just go for a casual cruise, but you kind of get used to it. Eventually you just stop like noticing people looking at you. And it's still like that here, guys. There is no one riding these things where I live. Nobody. You never see them. I've seen like, in my whole life, I've seen like 2. You know, it's crazy. So yeah, they stand out big time. But they're cool still, you know, I love them. I mean, it makes them even cooler in a way, doesn't it? Because you got something special, something unique. But it would still be good. It would also be cool if like more people rode them. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's mainly because of just the perception, the public perception. It just seems so hard to ride these things. But it's not really that hard. That's what people have to understand. But people won't know that until they try them, and they're expensive to buy. So it kind of stops them before they can even, you know, before they can even get a foot into the hobby. They've got that big barrier there. I mean, you can always buy a cheap one, I guess. But that's, again, if you get a cheap one, there's a good chance you're going to be let down and you won't get into the hobby. If you get a good one, though, it's, you know, I'm sure anyone that learns to ride these, they're going to love them. They'll never stop riding. I mean, it happens to everyone, doesn't it? The EUC bug. I got it. I caught it. Big time. Alright, let's finish watching this conversation. It's pretty interesting. The guy asked me to go fast because he's asking me how fast the Sherman goes and he can't believe what I'm telling him. So let's watch this. This one is like...
It's from what country?
They're all from China.
Oh, okay.
But I bought it in Australia, so it's got warranty and everything, you know. And anything goes wrong as well, like I've got 2 of these. I got this and another one. And then when something goes wrong, I can send it back and they take care of it. So, but they're reliable. They're reliable. It's like
if it had a wheel like a scooter, that would be more better, I think. Yeah.
What do you mean, like?
Wheel. If it had a wheel or wheel.
Like to hold on to?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's ones like that. The first ones they made, if you look on like, you know, if you research into it, you'll see, I think in 2012,
the guy invented this technology, but it had, like you're saying, just like this, but with a handle.
Yeah, with handle, yeah.
Yeah, but it's no good. It turns out it ruins the stability or something, because you look at those, the fastest one was 30 kilometers per hour, and it's really big. Now these ones, they can go 80 kilometers per hour.
80?
Yeah. So
Like a motorbike?
pretty much, the range is 200 kilometers as well on a charge.
Really?
Yeah, but that's the max, that's like advertised. But I get like close to 150.
Okay.
So that's amazing.
Yeah, man.
It's like a motorbike, yeah.
Yeah, motorbike.
Yeah, man. They're amazing. So the handlebar's not good. Like, you don't want the handlebar. And like I said, it's like a bike. When it looks strange, when you first see it, it looks like it's hard, but it's just like a bike.
Yeah.
Because it's got technology in it that maintains the back to front stability. So it's so stable. Like if I could show you the cornering, it's like a motorbike. Like when you're going around a corner, you can lean like really hard. Like yeah.
So you can lean with that around the corner or no? It's hard or no?
No, not too hard. Not too hard. You can.
With the handle, it's maybe.
You can
more.
even drift with it. Power slide.
Yeah.
You can on this as well. Yeah, because the stability, like the back to front stability, it's amazing. Like the way, it's more. I say it's safer than a bike. I think it is because I've been on big holes in the road. I didn't see them, and on this thing, it keeps straight. On a bicycle, I think I would have fallen off. So sometimes even better than a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for all you've done.
Yeah, no worries.
Good luck with that.
So just look it up, EUC.
Yeah. EUC?
That's what these are called. Like I said, electric unicycle,
Okay.
or EUC. Yeah.
Can you ride fast with it?
I'll show you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go there and then come back.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, fast, isn't it?
Great, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing, aren't they? Oh, this is not, by the way, this is not the controller or anything.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, this is just I've been recording my ride,
Yeah.
so I just carry this, so it's like a camera,
I hope you enjoyed that conversation, guys. I think we'll wrap it up there. Just a few things I might finish up with is EUCs are still a niche, and they still have that perception from the public, like, of being a weird device that they would never consider buying for themselves. Like, even myself, when I first saw them, I saw them on YouTube for the first time, and I thought they were really cool, but I never thought I would actually get one. And then I eventually ended up getting into PEVs. I got into e-scooters, then e-skateboards. But I never thought I'd get an EUC because of several things. You don't know how hard it is to ride, so it seems hard to ride. And you don't actually know if you're going to learn to ride it, so you might buy it and never actually ride it. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that they seem unsafe because you rely on the electronics. So if something fails, you go down. And that's very scary for someone that doesn't know anything about them. But like I said, I think they're safer than bikes. Most bikes, at least. I've had a few accidents on bicycles, and I think they're much less stable because of how flimsy they are. Or it depends on the EUC, because I'm talking about my Sherman. They're so stable, like it's very safe. But that's another thing. They don't think they're safe, so they don't buy them. And the other thing is that you don't know, before getting into them, you don't know what you're actually getting. Like, are you getting a toy? Are you buying a toy, or are you buying a tool, a vehicle? What are you actually getting? You don't really know. Before you get into it, it's just a mystery. It's just like a little mystery box, literally. You know, it's just this crazy thing with so much promise. Because I knew about the specs. That's what got me curious. I knew about the long range, the speed and the acceleration. I didn't actually know that much about the acceleration and the hill climbing. Like, it's insane. What you see Wrong Way doing, going up like super steep hills. You know, it's like impossible to do that on like a skate. I'm going to do a video soon on electric skateboards, because they're just so much weaker for what they promise. Like you'll see like 2,000 watts per motor, like that's what they claim, and they can't even climb a 20-degree hill, you know, let alone what those, like, you know, Wrong Way, he goes up like those inclines that you see under bridges and stuff like that, like super steep. It looks impossible. And the EUC just does it, no worries. I mean, it struggles a bit sometimes, but any scooter, like a scooter wouldn't have a chance. An e-bike, I mean, not a chance in hell. I mean, it's just out of its league, those kind of hills. But an EUC somehow can do it. It's pretty crazy. When you think that they don't have gears, it's just a direct drive hub motor. And somehow it can climb that. I don't know how it does it, to be honest. It's crazy. And if it had gearing, imagine what it could do. It could pull a train, literally. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And the other thing is the speed as well. Back then they weren't that fast. So when I first heard about them, there was a lot of promise, but I guess not enough. I guess eventually they just got so good that I had to get one. And man, are they good. It took over everything. Like, I sold all my e-scooters, e-skateboards, and that's what happened. I just got one, and that was that. But we'll wrap it up there, guys, and we'll see you in the next video, right? I'm going to do another video soon on e-scooters too. So it'll be interesting as well, because it's going to be about the share scooters that we've got around here, and I'm sure you've got them around where you live. They're everywhere. I mean, you see them all over the gutter, you know, just chucked on the side of the road, just ditched like a pile of junk. And you're just supposed to pick those things up and ride them. Oh, yeah? I mean, it's stupid, isn't it? Not bad. I mean, who checks the brakes? Like, if it just lives in the friggin' street and you think that thing's going to be safe. I broke my arm on an e-scooter, by the way. How much is a kilo of this one? Yeah, I've told that story, I think, recently. Just I mentioned it quickly, but I'll do a video where I'll talk more about that, because it relates again to EUC safety and how they are actually safer than scooters. I mean, much safer. And bikes. But we'll leave it there, guys. But again, I should just reiterate that it depends on the EUC. I'm talking about a certain type of EUC. It needs to be heavy, for one thing, so it's got a low center of mass. And it needs to have a big tire, because that's a big part of safety. That's why they're so much safer than these skateboards, because they have tiny little wheels, and they can get destroyed by just little pebbles. And the scooters as well, they don't have very big tires either. And that's why I broke my arm on the one I was riding. So We'll talk about that next
Yeah,
time.
just that one for today.
All right. See you next time, guys.
Yeah. Is that the one you're talking about, or? Yeah, I'll just.
I think this one really good.
Oh, really? Because yeah, I'll get another one like that. There's Look, that one. Is that one good as well? Or?
This one.
All right. Yeah, just those two then. That's cool.
What is this?
Custard apple. Yeah. I never tried it, so I'm hoping it's good.
They're very sweet, nice when it dries. Soft. 21.90 together.
Cool. So yeah, just on the card.
Don't put in the fridge. The custard apple do not put in the fridge, okay?
All right, I'll just
Soft. Put
leave it in the sun.
Yeah, put it in the warm place in the kitchen.
All right.
Put in the, when it's warm, it right faster.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too.